Welcome back to another playthrough through Gems of War. Today I'm going to take you through a delve. Specifically, we're going to take a look at Mirrored Halls, which is in the underworld portion of Gems of War. If you're like me, you probably avoided the underworld for a long time, absorbed with the kingdoms in the upper world. There's a lot to do. However, there are great rewards to running delves in the underworld, specifically if you level up a cache or a horde, I guess they're called, such that you get greater rewards at the end of a delve and greater chest level. Part of doing that means that your troops also receive enhanced stats. So in previous videos, you've noticed that I use this Frostmage, and his base damage might be 25. And this one, his base damage is 35, with multipliers on top of that. And once again, I'm in a hurry, I guess. I like playing video games, but I have so many other things I want to do with my life. So I try and run my delves fast, and to that end I utilize once again the Frostmage. You might recognize from past videos some of the cards here. We have the Frostmage himself in the bottom with the Orb of Winter, and above him we have the Valkyrie, which changes any color to blue. However, delves are somewhat interesting in the sense that there are gem color restrictions to troops that you can have in your deck. And this particular delve requires that troops must have yellow or blue in them. And as you know, I try to keep blue specifically and reservedly for the Frostmage so that all blue goes to charging that Orb of Frost as quickly as possible. So all other troops you'll see in this deck are not blue but yellow. So the top guy, I've replaced my usual war elephant with some sort of demon there, and again the idea is the same. He's a meat shield. Basically he takes reduced damage on skull attacks, incoming skull attacks. Once in a while he does charge up. What he can do is he can destroy all the gems on the board and you get full skull damage, or I guess 1 point of skull damage for every skull that gets destroyed. And then you get 50% of all of the colored gem values as mana recharges to your troops. So it can be useful to cast that just to give yourself a quick mana recharge boost to the rest of your troops. It's not essential though. It's rare that I use it. Once again, I usually go for charging up the Frostmage. I want to talk about this particular room. It's got Cedric. I hate him. He has a mechanism whereby he'll flip your deck around. And if you observe the talent tree video, you'll notice that there's an advantage to the mage being at the bottom of the deck. So I don't like it when he flips me. However, I've noticed that maybe 75% of the time I can take him out before he's able to cast his spell, even though he starts half charged. And the advantage to taking him out early is in delves you get persistent effects. So if you lose a troop, you've lost that troop for the entire delve. But in some rooms you gain an advantage, and one of his advantages is my gold cap is increased from 100 gold to 500 gold. And when I do things like match 4 or 5 gems, or when I run this guy, that salty sea dog there, who turns green gems into blue, he collects a gold bonus, which is multiplied. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's 5 times, but you'll notice I got 200 additional gold there, as opposed to my usual about 25 to 30 gold. So taking out Cedric early can really amplify or multiply the amount of gold that you're able to rake in doing a delve, especially if you're running some kind of specialized armor. I run dragon armor, which gives me a 100% boost to gold income. So with those two combined, I'm able to make a lot more gold when I run delves. So far, we're running through this delve pretty quickly. We haven't lost any troops yet, and as you can see, the Frostmage is just basically melting the enemy troops. It's a little more challenging than running the daily quests, where often you saw me taking out the opposing team with one volley. Some of these I have to do 2 or maybe even 3 volleys. The principle is the same. Make as many blue gems as possible, charge up that Frostmage, and just proc his Orb of Winter, Orb of Frost as often as possible. Strip their armor down, strip their hit points down, try to get them eliminated before they're even able to charge up. For instance, this particular room, these dragons usually can respawn and keep respawning and keep respawning if you let them charge. But if you take them out fast, you only have to deal with them once. And this is in keeping with my philosophy of having fun playing video games, but trying not to spend all day doing things that can be done in just a couple of minutes. I really like the Valkyrie. She's one of my favorite troops. Not only does she turn a color of my choice into blue, which allows me to set up blocks of 4 or 5, which increases my gold, but also gives me an extra turn and charges my Frostmage rapidly. She has the additional advantage of creating souls. She gets a soul bonus every time she procs her spell. And if you've played this game long enough, you know that you never have enough souls. Souls are used to upgrade your troops, to level them up. They're also used in the Soul Forge if you need to craft specific trait stones. Souls are almost more important than gold in this game, so having a troop in your deck that not only helps you win the game faster, but at the same time increases your ability to harvest souls can be a real boost to helping you level up the cards in your deck. Whether it's these Frostmage cards that I'm showing you here or a different deck that you prefer to use. Some people have many decks that they like to use, especially for PvP or during guild wars when certain days want you to use certain colors of gems. And having a lot of souls to allow you to upgrade a large amount of troops can be a huge boost in this game. So highly recommend putting Valkyrie in your deck anytime you need blue for any reason, just to get that additional soul boost as well. So here we go, we're almost done this delve. We're on the last room. You can see I finally procced that top demon guy and he took out the whole board and kind of gave a bit of a charge to the other troops. But it doesn't even matter because they're already melted away, which is why I love playing this class. So at the end of the delve, you get a chest, and in this case it's upgraded to level 8, which is pretty good. You get to see what's in the chest, and in this case I got chaos shards, legendary ingots, and gold, lots of gold. I'm going to spend my chaos shards and get 10 troops for this particular faction. You either get treasure or troops. There you have it. See you next time for PvP.